I might. Yay!
Hey,
Hey, everybody!
how y'all doing? Daniel Challengers, old and new. We are popping in with our kiddos in the background with just a Q&A video. So this isn't the official start of the challenge yet, but we figured from our previous challenges, people sometimes have questions when it comes to the weekend because they want to be able to prepare and make sure they're doing it in alignment with our Daniel Challenge guideline. So first things first, we just wanted to make sure you got our guide. We've posted it here in the group and in your emails. So check your emails and download your guide and make sure you save our email address because again, sometimes it gets filtered into spam. Even my email address filters my own emails in spam. So, so there's a good chance it might happen to you. So challenge guide is the key thing for today. And that's really it. So quick, Delia, you've kind of heard my story. We're not going to go into introductions today. We're just going to say our name and say hi and answer some questions. So we have Devin here. You want to say hi real quick?
Yes. As I had the stampede storm through the room. Yes, hi. It's so great to be here. We are so excited and just looking forward to walking alongside of you, serving you, supporting you, and giving you the resources and the information that you need to be successful. So that, again, that being said, with the challenge guide, we have in the past few sessions, we've had a lot of questions come up. So we wanted to jump on today, just make sure you had an opportunity to get your questions answered. So please, if you have had anything come up, even if you're watching the replay and we don't get to touch on it here in this live video in real time, please post your comments down below. Any questions that you have, that way we can all make sure that we are ready, we are good to go as far as being all on the same page on Monday. We have had, we know that that doesn't feel good to kind of start feeling behind and not having everything together. So we just want to make sure and give you an opportunity. So this is the place. Drop your questions. If you've looked at the challenge guide and have any questions at all, we are here to help. And again, even if it's replay, we want to get those questions answered for you so everyone feels comfortable, confident, and just has that peace of mind that they know what to expect and what's going on as we get started on Monday.
So when it comes to the guide, we wanted to give just a couple of clarifications because my kiddos are calling me in the other room. So don't mind the mama life over here. We sometimes have to be on the move, multitasking, but we wanted to mention that it's kind of like, you know yourself, right? So there's some people that now is your time, you are ready for change and you're ready for it to happen like not tomorrow, yesterday. Like you need something to happen right away. And so we have different levels that we want to encourage you to explore, like where are you at? So people that are all in, like those are the people that you saw in our testimonial video. They got those 100-point drops within one day, right? So it's really different people are at different places. So when you're ready for that 100-point drop, like, all right, be all in and try and stick to the guide to a T because it has been structured by a registered dietitian, nutritionist, chef, this amazing, oh, here we go, this amazing, culinary goddess here, that it's optimized for healing and accelerated healing. So like if you follow it to a T, like there's usually chances that you're going to get amazing results. But some people, they don't like certain foods or have allergies to certain foods, or there's certain medications that you're
contraindicated.
Yeah, contraindicated, like the fancy words, that you may want to substitute things, and that's fine. So this is not a legalistic guide. Like you don't have to, don't feel pressured, right? You are here. There is no way you can fail. Like if all you need to do right now is just absorb the information before you even take any action, that's okay too. Okay, because as you've seen, there's other groups that have gone through it, and some people are like, I'm going to do it again. And so, So yeah, that's really just knowing where you're at and go at your own pace. And again, lean on us for guidance. Like if you have a question, if you have a prayer request, like we are your private coaches these next few days. Like take advantage. Like you got your own personal dietitian, like not just any dietitian, like she is anchored in God, anchored in his wisdom. Like on my husband's journey, we've gone through many different types of dietitians and they are not all the same. There's some that were taking notes on what I was saying and I was teaching them, right? And so, you are just so blessed to be, we are blessed to have you here. And like, we want to serve you. Like God is really pushing us to serve you. And really, this is, like if getting the information is what you need, go for it. If like changing your whole, going all in, if that's what you need, let's do it. And we're going to support you in either level you're on. So yeah, that's
Yes.
one of the
Amen to that. Yes. Hey, Terry, I saw your comment. Thank you so much. I just want to let you guys know because we are so excited to engage with you and for this to be an interactive time together during our 3 days, which will start on Monday. And I just want to show you because we're using something called StreamYard, which is a software that actually integrates with Facebook. So you actually have to click a link and we put it in the unit section. So in the welcome units, I love that you said you're going to go back and review and get ready and be prepared for Monday. One of the things we want to encourage everyone to do, not just Terry, but anyone else that is wanting to be seen and be heard, we want to see and hear you, but technology-wise, we can't unless you give StreamYard permission. So I encourage you to go back to the unit section. If you don't know what that is or where to find it, go back to the welcome video, watch that, and it explains and will show you where to get to the unit section. From there, Unit 1 is all of the information. There's a big list of FAQs about how challenges work. What is a challenge? How do I go live? There's just different things that that we put in there to make sure that you have the support you need for a successful Daniel challenge. And with that, StreamYard, there's actually a tutorial video on how to give us permission to see your beautiful face and your name so that we can engage with you in a way that's not just generic Facebook user. So with that being said, we are so glad you're here, each and every one. Allie.
Allie and Ron.
Allie and Ron, hey. Yes, absolutely. Any of our videos will be of anything you see here. Anytime we're live, you can go back and watch it. It will be available for replay through next Friday. So you've got 1 week. I mean, right now, like obviously we start on Monday, but it will be, everything will be available for 1 week, which Monday through Friday. That way we understand. People are busy, life happens. We understand if you're not available at the time that we go live, no problem. Don't let that cause any stress for you. And just feel free to catch up on your own time. The information is still very valuable and you can always watch the video and make comments and we'll be able to see those later. So just want to make sure everyone feels just loved. Like this is all about the love of God, healing and access to everything in his kingdom. It's all about us experiencing his love. And so that's our heartbeat, is that you would know by the end of this challenge, that you would know how much God loves you. So with that being said, I just really quickly want to touch on 3 key components that are so important. They're going to be keys for you during this free challenge, because here's the thing. A lot of times when something is free, people don't put their commitment into it. They don't put their heart and soul into it because, well, it didn't cost them anything, right? So when this is free, we want to encourage you to be intentional, to make a commitment. Make it a commitment, because Proverbs talks about, when we submit, when we commit our plans to the Lord, then they succeed. Like, commit yourself to this process. Commit yourself to breakthrough. Commit yourself to, just getting through and understanding what is being shared here. If nothing else, again, it's no pressure that you have to at this point. If you're not ready to fully apply the information, no pressure. But we do ask you to commit to yourself, and then your calendar. Setting aside time, building this into your schedule next week is going to be another way to ensure that when life happens or things come up, your health is your priority next week. We would love for us to all say our health is always our priority. And yet we know that in reality, it's so easy, especially as Christian women. I know for myself, I've struggled with this, and for many, many, many women that I've worked with. We are so giving. We have such a ministry to others that sometimes, to be honest, we do put our own health on the back burner. And so we understand that, but make a commitment to the Lord and to yourself, and put it in your calendar that this is what you want to focus on the next week. Again, it's free. The free opportunity is not a all the time opportunity. So this 1 week is your chance to freely commit to yourself to see breakthrough that you may have been praying for. The final thing, they're all C's, right? So your commitment, your calendar, and community. Guys, breakthrough happens. Breakthrough happens in community. There is no way around it. Like even Jesus, think about this. Even Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane asked his friends, his 3 closest friends that he took into that overnight prayer session with the Lord as he was wrestling with the flesh. And, he was praying it out with the Father, but he asked his friends, he asked his community. He was seeking to lean on his community. Granted, the Lord was the only one, the Father God was the only one who didn't fail him. But we know the power of community, especially when it comes to breakthrough, especially when it comes to achieving a goal and a health goal, especially. So with that being said, make that commitment to yourself, and know we put you guys, a lot of people, as we were bringing people into the Facebook group, everyone that we could. Please don't be offended if you did not get tagged in the welcome video. We love you. We had some technical difficulties. It's not a discriminatory thing, but we intentionally went through and tagged people 2 by 2 so that if you want to make the most of this community aspect, then you have an accountability partner built in. Just go back to where your name was tagged and reach out. Like, we encourage you to reply and reach out, because then Facebook will message that person, and you guys can just make sure that you have one another's back in getting through this challenge and being successful. And again, at the level that you are ready for. No pressure to be an A+ student. I promise you, we love you. We accept you right where you are. If you, again, like Delia said, if you want to be in the back row, just kind of listening in, checking it out, you're more than welcome. We love that you're here.
Yeah. I mean, community is so important. And even Daniel, he didn't do it alone. He had, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, like they were all there. They went through all these struggles together, and they came through, because they were in obedience with God, and God rewarded them for acting in accordance. And so, yeah, like I really encourage you guys, like, lean into that. Like, you have this community, it's private. No, you can't see it on anything that's posted here. You can't see it on your personal pages. And so these are all people who all have similar values. We're all anchored in God together, and we're here to service the world for God, right? So we are here as a part of his kingdom and doing things in service for that. And so, yeah, check your buddy. Don't be shy, and just say hi. And maybe if you guys want a private message on your own, that's totally fine too, but start exploring. And yeah, so should we get into some questions? Like, we have like a list of like previously asked questions that have come up that we figured we should address here, just to get them out of the way. And if anyone else has additional comments, feel free to put them in the live feed here, and we will address them after we do these ones. So
Yes.
First,
hey, I want to let you know, here is a comment, and we want you to know ladies, gentlemen, brothers and sisters, no matter what, you are accepted. There is no pressure to get dressed up. Like, I did my 2-minute hairdo and used my daughter's hair bow. like there is no comparison here. There's no judgment here. And so your comment about makeup, no obligation whatsoever. I did not put on any makeup today. So, so no, just know that there is, like, you are free to be you. You're free to be wherever you are. And, if you want to go live and you feel like you want to put makeup on, go for it. But just know that we, during our live sessions, I love this because we were talking about giving StreamYard permission, and I think it's good to clarify. What will happen is during the live sessions, your face will not be on camera. Your Facebook picture, your profile picture you will be giving permission for us to see your profile picture. So please do not feel the obligation to put makeup on. It's just really, it will just be in the comments.
Yeah, just like Allie and Ron, right here, you can see the profile picture. But we will have a day where we do family time. And family time, we do encourage you to hop on live on Zoom, where we do encourage you to show your face, because it's kind of how we like to wrap up the 3 days of just everyone gets to share what happened. And it's this beautiful experience. Like, I'm going to have to put some teasers from some of the previous family times of the first 2 challenges, because people are just like, oh my gosh, I lost this many pounds. My sugars were like this. My blood pressure was like this. I had no idea. And so it's just a really fun time. So we encourage you, when we announce the family time, definitely schedule that if you can be there live. Yes. That would be amazing. And it's just, again, the community, like us sharing our wins or sharing any struggles we had. Like, we're here doing this together as a team. And it's just, yeah, I can't wait. I'm just like, oh, Monday can't get here soon enough, because I already know we've already had a glimpse 2 months before where we've done this, where it's like we kind of know what's going to happen. So
yes. So that being said, even though we have our challenge for our 3-day challenge, make sure, go ahead and mark your calendar. It'll be Friday afternoon, evening, depending on your time zone. If you want to go ahead and put that in your calendar for family time, it's everyone's favorite. It's our favorite because we finally get to see you guys. So, all right, we could be on here all day, just like, oh, we love this. We live for this. We're called to this. So, but with that being said, we just want to touch on a few frequently asked questions that we've had from our previous challengers, and hopefully that will equip you and prepare you as you're preparing for the challenge on Monday. So if you look at the challenge guide, you might notice that we have strategically structured in some intermittent fasting. So Daniel fasted and prayed, right? Daniel, we'll get much more into his diet, but the fasting piece, scientifically proven, not only does it break spiritual chains, emotional chains, but the Bible, even in Isaiah, says that your healing will spring forth speedily. So there are biological processes that God designed. When you fast, your body goes into healing mode. You can actually see this if you observe nature, which, praise God for naturopathy. It is the study of nature and how we can gain God's wisdom by observing nature. So if an animal in the wild is wounded, they will go and they will fast. They won't look for food. Obviously, they have a hunt to be able to even eat food a lot of times. But if they're wounded, they will go and they will fast. They will hide away until they are healed. And it's like, hello, brilliant strategy, God. So that being said, I know that in our modern world, fasting might, and some of us might have even have a medical condition where we've been told that it's not safe to fast. So a lot of people have asked us, what's for breakfast? I don't think that I can break my fast at lunchtime. Please don't do that to me. And we totally understand. Again, if that's where you are, that is fine. No pressure, no worries. We just, again, like Delia said, there's kind of an all-in or a self-pace, and you do what feels right for you. You follow it to a T if you want extreme, awesome breakthrough and awesome results. But if you eat breakfast, we actually have a 5-day meal plan. You might have seen it as you came in. It was offered at 50% off on the kind of as a one-time, if you want to grab it, come on, get it 50% off. But we still do we recommend that if you want to eat breakfast and you want to ensure that your breakfast is Daniel Challenge approved and you're still going to be getting the results that you desire, then we highly recommend checking out that, and we can post the link here in the comments a little bit later to go and grab that recipe guide. It has 15 Daniel Challenge approved recipes that will support you. And again, no pressure. If you don't want to buy anything, we are not here to force that on you. But it's just another resource that we're offering if you need that support and you feel like you want breakfast. That's another great option, great idea for you. Another thing that we have, we've seen a lot of concern around is if you are on any kind of blood thinner, any kind of medication for cardiovascular disease. We know scientifically that these diagnoses run hand in hand because of the process that's happening in the body, diabetes and heart disease. And so a lot of people being on any kind of blood thinner will have unfortunately, some really healthy, really healing fruits and veggies that may be on this plan. Your doctor or pharmacist may have told you that it's not a good idea to eat them. And the reason they told you that is because these veggies are so powerful, and grapefruit being one of them, not a veggie, but they're so detoxifying and cleansing and healing for our body that they actually pull the pharmaceutical drug out of the system, and then it can't do what it's in there to do. But we have had multiple people. We want to put you at ease by letting you know that multiple people in our challenges, not only our free challenges, but also in our coaching program, that we, for some people that opted to get some more deeper support and really go after lifestyle transformation and live in the abundant health that they felt God was calling them to. We have had people who, being on blood thinners, just had to make some simple substitutions. We can give you some recommendations. You're more than welcome. For example, there is a salad that has grapefruit. So if you're not allowed, let's say, if you've been told that it's not a good idea to eat grapefruit, just substitute orange, no problem. And it's great to know that before you go to the grocery store, so you don't, buy a grapefruit or get there and say, I can't eat this. And do please do not disqualify yourself just for one ingredient. You are more than welcome. If there's anything that you don't like, substitute any fruit or vegetable. You will be fine. Okay? Any of that, fair game, no limit. If you're hungry and you don't want to, you don't want to do the fasting component and you need to eat a bedtime snack, any fruit or vegetable, okay? You're safe. So that being said, we want to put you at ease again, because the question comes up, are you sure it's safe to eat fruit? I've been told I need to be aware of carbs. So these are all tied together, and we are so excited to break down the science for you. We are so excited to get you educated about what is actually going on in your body and what the real enemy is, rather than have you fearing or cutting out. Like, it's a tragedy to me that the world has led God's people to cut out the most healing, one of the most healing food groups on the planet. So we are here to support you. We are here to explain our why, God's why, the way it's designed. But I want you to know that especially if you have a type 2 diagnosis, type 1, if you're on an insulin pump, you want to very closely monitor, and we have Delia and Graham have walked out that journey of, having to really closely monitor. And so we want to let you know that we're here as a resource if you're type 1, but type 2, really, there's not there's not a lot of risk as far as the fruit. Your fruits are your friends. So we will get way more into all the low carb myth busters in the sessions during our time together. But I do want to let you know that that the dietary fats and emotional fats, fear, anger, tension, and shame, these are some of the root issues that we want to be aware of. So that's just kind of a teaser moving forward. It's the fats that no one
That's on both sides. Dietary,
emotional.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, if you want to learn more about that, please be sure and join us for the live videos all throughout the week. That way you will come out of this educated and empowered to know what you need to do moving forward.
Yeah.
So let's see. Can you think of anything else, Delia? Any other major questions that have come up? Again, if you're watching live and you have a question, feel free to type it in the chat right now. We want to address it and make sure you have the peace of mind that you need to start this challenge off right.
Yeah. Well, I want to say hi to Marianne. Welcome. She hopped on late, wanted to know if there's a replay. All videos will be replayed throughout the week. So we encourage being here live, but if you can't, we'll catch you on the replay. And hashtag replay, so we know that you saw it, because we encourage your engagement here because it helps track who's seen what, who's doing what, so we can help nurture you guys. So we can be, if we know you've watched video 1, then, we can reference video 2 without having to give all the details from video 1, right? If we're answering a question. So if you guys can really engage and just like, comment, and so that we can track, your progress, and you can track your progress, right? The more engaged you are, the more it's going to sink in, and the more motivated you're going to become to just really get that breakthrough that you've been praying for. And as far as just other questions, one thing is like, so this, when you're eating God's way, it's packed with antioxidants and vitamins and minerals and like all these things that are just naturally detoxing to the body. So depending on where people are at, some people may have more things to, get eliminated. So your bowel movements will increase. That's normal. People are like, is this normal? I'm like, yes, because it's
a good thing
that's been stuck inside of you. Like, isn't that crazy when you think about it? It's like, whoa, normally that would have been in there for like days, So I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. And then just other detoxing elements. Sometimes people do get some, like, I guess one of the big things is coffee, right? So there's some detoxing moments that aren't as ideal, but once you get past that, I would say day 2, day 3, like it starts to alleviate. So if for my husband, he's kind of like he was a coffee addict. And so like there was a little not ideal feeling from a result of that addiction that he had to break free from, right? And essentially what we're doing here, since this is anchored in God, anchored in scripture, it's releasing you from that bondage, like not being a slave to your food, to whatever, food addiction we had. Like if you're kind of like struggling with something, like then that's kind of highlighting what you need to do. Like just break free so you can realize once you're on the other side, like, wow, that thing used to have power over me and now it doesn't. And I love to bring up one of our previous Challenger stories where she loved coffee and she had her signature coffee she would have every morning. And by the end of she did an extended program after 21 days. She tried, first thing she did when we ended, she's like, I went to go get that cup of coffee. And she drank it, 1 sip, and poured it all out. Okay, so you guys may feel like you need something, but it's because your body is in this, you haven't cleansed your body yet, right? So once you just retrain your body and give it that refreshed, detoxified new palate, like you're going to be a whole new person, like with whole new taste buds, like you won't even crave some of that stuff even more. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And I think we really covered those main things. And again, just a reminder that this is, Devin is a dietitian, and that's really important. Like, these are people who are trained to give advice, nutritional counseling, and especially someone with a diagnosis. And so that's what's really important is we've done, God has created this. Like, I didn't know Devin, like, what, at the beginning of the year, and like God created this and brought us together strategically, right? Because we know, like, if we are going to be helping people, we have to do it right, and we have to make sure everyone is safe. And that's, yeah. So God is doing wonderful things. And yeah, I think that's really it. Any other questions? I'll check the comments to see if there's anything else.
Let's see. I don't see any other questions right now. People keep asking about the replays. Yes, they will be available. There was one of the homework. Oh, exactly. We got a little homework assignment for you if anyone's up for a challenge. One thing I wanted to mention, this is what it was. As Delia was mentioning, in the units, or being able to follow along and send that hashtag replay. Hashtag just means, again, £. So £, or hashtag replay. And that will allow, when you're commenting, for us, it is so rewarding to hear what you're learning, to hear, how you're benefiting from this, to hear like any aha moments you have. Like, it is so much fun for us, like this, like freedom, like, like, I just feel like, man, this is kind of giving me a little glimpse of what God feels like when we have these wins, when we learn, his ways, like Moses, the Bible talks about how he showed his works. God showed his works to the Israelites, but he taught Moses his ways. And we want to be those people who come into that, that burning, the burning bush, right? Like, God is an all-consuming fire, and he wants to teach us his ways. He wants to burn away anything that the world, like Moses was raised in Pharaoh's household. Like, he was so inundated with worldly mindsets and everything that was contrary to God, right? And yet Moses was one who had a heart to come and be drawn into the presence of God. Of course, Daniel as well. You'll notice in your challenge guide, there's actually a suggested schedule. Now, again, this will have to be adapted based on what time zone you're in, if you're able to make the lives or not. But like, this is kind of a framework that we suggest. And again, don't let it become legalistic. If you can't implement all of it, just pray. Ask God, like, what's most important? Like, oh, this is too much. This feels overwhelming. Okay, God, what can I do? Where can I start? Like, that's what this is about. It's a journey. Neither one of us started with all of the things that we know, right? Like, that has been a long, amazing journey with the Lord. And this is us inviting you into a journey to walk out the book of Daniel in community with the friends, right? But again, Jesus's yoke is easy and his burden is light. So don't take this on all at once. Don't try and bite off more than you're ready for. We just want to encourage you to go at your own pace with the Lord. And so with that, I was talking about Moses. Like, we want to be those who will come into his presence and learn God's ways. And I just think about the joy that we experience when you guys learn something new, or when you discover, like, this makes so much sense to hear it from a biblical perspective. It's like, wow, that must be just a glimpse of how much it delights God's heart when we are willing to learn his ways. And so we just invite you to, again, wherever you are, just join us, enjoy it. Don't let it become burdensome. If you feel the Lord saying, like, yeah, let's go all in, and you have a challenge that comes up, again, please post prayer requests, any of that. We're here to support you. last thing that is on my heart to share is that we want this to be again, like, so like fun. Like, it's so fun for us. We want it to be fun. We like Delia said, there are some things that might be hard as you detox or are literally breaking off any food addictions in the first couple of days. But when you see the results in your numbers, we are really praying that you will be motivated and excited and encouraged that it's worth it, that you are worth it. And that being said, the units, like when you're going through the units, you can actually, there's a button where you can click done. And that will help us, again, see. And we just wanted to mention, we have a fun prize drawing during family time. So that will, as you go through the units and click done, you will be eligible for, extra points in our drawing. The more you have completed, we want to make sure you get credit for it so that we can reward you with those extra chances to win a grand prize in our drawing at the end of the challenge. Mm-hmm. And with that, I think we're ready for homework, and we'll just say good night and have a great weekend.
Yeah. So, I mean, we already got Allie, Marianne, and Terry getting some extra entries into their drawing for the raffle on Friday. So yeah, it's just more fun that we can have with you guys and make this experience just like family, And yes. So lots of laughs, lots of smiles, lots of prayer, and just gratitude to our Father. And and each day we want to equip you with simple, actionable things that you can do right then and there or that day to just take a little baby step closer into, this path that God has led you to, right? Like, God brought you here. We did it. He's been guiding us this whole time. And so we're calling this the pre-challenge homework because the challenge hasn't officially started. But of course, we want to come in and prepare you guys with all the tools so you can prepare over the weekend. And as you do that this weekend, we would like to invite you to go live or introduce yourself, do something to just so we can get to know you, like whatever you want to do. Like if you want to share some of your journey, your story, or your goals that you have for this week, or if you just want to share some of your grocery shopping, some of your fruit and vegetables that you're getting, like whatever it is for you, like share so you can go live. Or if for some reason you don't know how to go live, then you can post pictures or write out a little comment in a status. But we just encourage engagement so we can get to know each other, because there's so many people that are on the same journey, and it really helps see that, right? That like, I'm not alone in this. Like, actually, I'm not alone. And like, she's going through the same thing, or like 100 people are going through the same thing that I thought I was just struggling by myself with. And we can be open with our experience because everyone here understands that struggle. Like I was there with my husband at diagnosis. We understand like that, sorting through that information, and it's intimidating and it's scary sometimes. And just having someone to talk through that was something I had. And it was something that really just was a game changer for me. And like, I wouldn't be here now with these amazing results and sharing them with you had that not happened. So yeah, let's get to know each other, y'all. So share and go out to the grocery store this weekend, stock up on all your favorite fruit and vegetables. Okay. I don't want you to carb count. Just get your favorite whole intact foods from the Garden of Eden. That's all you got to do. So did I cover all the homework? I think we did.
I think so. And again, like, we want this to be fun. We want it to be lighthearted. We know, guys, I mean, Delia, like, I'm just so in awe of how God like brought us together, and it's just like, oh my gosh, you complete me. And we can relate. It's so true.
We're both young moms. Like, we're like, how are we going to have the time to do this? And then we brought together, and it's like two people. It's like, oh, now we we filled in the gaps of each other's missing times,
Exactly. And again, we are so convinced that God wants this information in your hands. And you may have seen like hashtag diabetes slayers. Like, this is our mission. And yet with the rates being as they are, 1 in 3 people, that means not only people in our group are affected by diabetes, but everyone in every family knows somebody or has someone very close that is affected by diabetes. 1 in 3. And we know that this is a lifestyle disease. So there's something that we're not being told, or there's something that we're missing, if it's that simple. And so with that being said, we are here to empower you, and we just encourage you to make the commitment, join the journey with us. Let's let it be fun. I know that, as a dietitian, people get so weird around me. They're like, making justifications or, about whatever we're eating. And I'm like, guys, I'm not here to judge. I have had my own struggles with food addiction. So like, Delia can relate to anyone that has had a type 1 diabetes, any kind of diabetes diagnosis. And I can relate 100 with anyone who has ever felt like they had struggles with food cravings, emotional eating, any of this. Like, we are walking this path out in our own lives, and we know that our story can help. And that's why we are here. Like, again, God did it. We are here to be obedient, here to serve and love, and we're so excited for the transformation, the breakthrough, the presence of God just upon our ministry. And we know, like I said, the Diabetes Slayer, we know that your story will be an inspiration to someone. So I want you to start this challenge with the mindset, even if you're in a place where in your heart you might not feel like you're fully ready or fully worthy. Just think about the people that you care about most. Think about do it for them. If you're not in a place where you can do it for yourself and commit to yourself, I understand. I've been there as well, where I didn't have a lot of value in myself because of some trauma that happened in childhood. And there's no shame. If you're in that place right now, there's no shame. But if you are not in a place to really want to do it for you, I know that as a woman of God, as a mama, a papa, wherever you're at, you have someone. Even if you're a child, you have someone in your life that when you think about them, that you can be motivated to chase after the Lord and walk in His way and see His will done in your body, in your life. And so that's our heart. That's why we're here. That's our why. We love you to pieces. We can't wait for Monday. All right.
All right. So thank you, guys. We are here to serve you. And Facebook user, I can't see your name, but and Quincy, thank you guys for being here live. And we look forward to just, kicking things off with the bang on Monday. But in between, if you have any questions, reach out, get familiar with the units, get familiar with the challenge guide. And that's really it. I might be posting some sample, teaser videos of some of the previous challengers and what they've had to say. So be on the lookout for that. And that's really it. So we are just so grateful you're here, and we look forward to what God has in store for you.
Amen. And so Monday, we kick it off at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, which would be 10:30 Mountain, 11:30 Central, or 12:30 Eastern. Again, those times, that time will be consistent each day, but those times are listed in your challenge guide, and we will see you then. Looking forward to it. Many blessings to everybody.
Bye.
Tag your accountability partner and go live.
Oh, yeah, tag them in here if they haven't watched or commented yet. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Start making friends, y'all.
Yes. Okay, we'll see you Monday. Blessings.
Bye.